Las Vegas, the shimmering oasis in the Nevada desert. A city that glows with neon lights, beckons millions of visitors every year, and promises dreams of fortune, fame, and freedom to the outside world. It's the capital of entertainment, the playground of the rich and curious, a place where anything seems possible. But behind the dazzling curtains and the echo of slot machines lies a reality that few ever dare to explore. What if the glitter is nothing more than a mask, carefully crafted to hide a much darker truth? What if the city of lights is also a city of shadows? For decades, Las Vegas has been the stage of untold stories. Organized crime that shaped its very foundations, families destroyed by gambling debts, neighborhoods plagued by crime far away from the tourist-filled strip. Beneath the spectacle of concerts, casinos, and luxury hotels is a side of Vegas that never makes it to postcards. The truth is, the city that never sleeps doesn't always dream in gold. It often dreams in fear, in debt, in secrecy. Tonight, we pull back the neon veil and step into the Las Vegas most tourists never see. When people think of Las Vegas, they picture glittering casinos, world-class performances, and streets bathed in endless neon light. It's the city of Elvis weddings, fountain shows, and 24-hour indulgence. But beneath this carefully cultivated image lies a reality that tells a very different story. Las Vegas is not only a playground, it is also a city built on risk, excess, and secrets too dark to be part of the tourist brochures. The origins of Las Vegas are deeply tied to organized crime. During the mid-20th century, mobsters funneled money into building the first casinos, using the desert city as a hub for laundering cash and expanding their empires. The glamorous strip that dazzles millions today was once a front for deals brokered in shadows, with violence ensuring loyalty. And even though the mob's grip has loosened over time, the echoes of that past still resonate through the city's culture. But crime is not the only shadow looming over Las Vegas. While visitors arrive with dreams of wealth, many leave with shattered lives. Gambling addiction, crushing debt, and personal ruin are all too common outcomes. Behind the luxury resorts, local communities face some of the highest crime rates in the country, ranking poorly in safety compared to other American cities. Poverty, drug abuse, and homelessness form part of the city's daily reality, far removed from the glamorous lights of the Strip. This duality, an extravagant fantasy on the surface and a harsh truth underneath, is what makes Las Vegas so hauntingly fascinating. For every jackpot winner, countless others lose everything. For every show-stopping performance, there are silent struggles hidden away from view. In this series, we'll explore the top 10 darkest truths about Las Vegas, peeling back the glitter to reveal the grit. Las Vegas was not born from corporate boardrooms or visionary entrepreneurs. It was carved out of the desert by mobsters. Figures like Bugsy Siegel and Meyer Lansky saw the barren Nevada sands as fertile ground for laundering money, building empires, and running operations hidden beneath flashing neon. In the 1940s and 50s, mob-funded casinos rose like mirages, offering glamour on the surface while violence and intimidation kept the machine running. The city became a playground where organized crime could thrive under the cover of legal gambling. Even though law enforcement cracked down in later decades, many believe the mob's fingerprints remain etched into the DNA of the Strip. The foundation of Las Vegas isn't just concrete and steel, it's blood and silence. Las Vegas sells hope in flashing lights, but the cost of that dream is devastating for many. Gambling addiction grips thousands, pulling them into a cycle of loss that ends in financial ruin, broken families, and despair. Behind every jackpot winner are countless losers, some mortgaging homes, emptying savings, or borrowing from loan sharks in a desperate attempt to chase luck. The Strip thrives on this imbalance. It is designed for the house to win, always. For visitors, it's a weekend of fun. For locals, it's often a lifetime of debt and destruction. Vegas markets itself as a paradise of possibility, but for many, it becomes the end of the road, away from the carefully guarded Strip. Las Vegas ranks among America's most dangerous cities. Robberies, assaults, and violent crime-plagued neighborhoods where the spotlight doesn't shine. According to the U.S. News Public Safety Index, Las Vegas consistently ranks low in overall safety, making it a risky place to live despite its tourist appeal. The paradox is stark. While the casinos on Las Vegas Boulevard gleam with luxury and security, residents just a few blocks away navigate streets riddled with crime. The city's allure is maintained for visitors, but its own people bear the weight of danger daily. Few tourists notice it. But Las Vegas has one of the highest homelessness rates in the country. The same Strip that dazzles with billion-dollar resorts sits in stark contrast to tunnels beneath the city, where thousands of homeless individuals live in makeshift shelters, known as the Mole People. Many of them were once workers in the casinos or residents who lost everything to addiction. layoffs, or medical bills. Beneath the fountains and lights, a parallel world exists in darkness, reminding us that the glamour above ground is built on deep human suffering. Las Vegas thrives on spectacle, selling the dream of instant riches. High rollers flash chips worth thousands. Luxury cars line casino entrances, and advertisements portray a life of endless champagne. Yet most of this wealth is smoke and mirrors. Many who flaunt opulence are drowning in debt, borrowing heavily just to maintain appearances. Casinos design environments to keep players trapped. No clocks, no windows, free drinks until wallets are empty. The irony is sharp. A city that shines with prosperity is fueled by people losing everything. The illusion of wealth isn't just entertainment. It's the bait that keeps Las Vegas alive. While gambling dominates, other addictions quietly destroy lives in Las Vegas. Alcohol flows freely on casino floors. Drugs are easily accessible, and the nightlife encourages excess at every turn. Addiction recovery centers across Nevada report overwhelming cases linked directly to the city's party culture. Visitors may indulge for a weekend, but residents often face years of struggle, trapped in cycles of substance abuse. The anything-goes reputation of Las Vegas has a hidden cost: broken bodies, fractured families, and lives lost too soon. Las Vegas is a desert city that shouldn't exist at its scale. Every fountain, pool, and neon sign consumes resources the desert cannot spare. Lake Mead, the city's primary water source, has reached historic lows, threatening not just Las Vegas but millions across the Southwest. While the Strip glitters at night, the region faces a looming crisis. What happens when the water runs dry? The city's extravagance highlights the irony of wasting what it cannot afford, making the environmental shadow as dangerous as its criminal past. Casinos celebrate winners but quietly bury the losses. And for some, the despair is unbearable. Las Vegas has a suicide rate higher than the national average, with many deaths linked to gambling debt, addiction, and hopelessness. Behind closed hotel doors, tragedies unfold far from the public eye. The city's reputation as an escape masks the fact that for some, Vegas is their final destination, not for entertainment, but for ending it all. The neon lights may glow bright, but they can't illuminate the silent struggles hidden in the shadows. Behind the luxury hotels and casinos are thousands of workers, dealers, cleaners, performers, cooks whose struggles rarely make headlines. Many earn low wages despite working in billion-dollar resorts, relying on tips to survive. Others face grueling schedules, with no room for error in an industry that demands perfection. For undocumented workers and immigrants, exploitation runs deeper, with fear of retaliation keeping them silent. The glamour tourists see is built on labor that is invisible, undervalued, and often exploited. Vegas isn't just the city that never sleeps, it's the city that keeps its workers awake, endlessly grinding for someone else's fortune. If there is one truth darker than all the rest, it is that Las Vegas was not simply built by visionaries, it was forged by the mob. In the mid-20th century, when the desert was little more than dust and heat, organized crime saw an opportunity to create something bigger than a city, an empire. Mobsters like Bugsy Siegel, Meyer Lansky, and Frank Rosenthal turned the Strip into a money-laundering haven, disguising illegal profits under the guise of entertainment. The first casinos were built not for fun, but for control. Violence was the currency, loyalty was enforced with fear, and lives were expendable if they got in the way of business. While corporate giants eventually took over the Strip, the influence of the mob never fully disappeared. Stories still circulate of hidden deals, untraceable money, and sudden disappearances tied to the underworld. Old-timers remember when skimming profits off the top was standard practice, and when a night out could end with someone vanishing into the desert sands. The Strip's neon lights, some argue, are nothing more than tombstones glowing in memory of those who paid the price for Vegas's rise. This is the paradox of Las Vegas. Its greatest attractions, its most dazzling icons, exist because of crime. The city owes its identity to a foundation of blood, greed, and power. Tourists marvel at the grand casinos, but every card dealt and every chip exchanged is a reminder of the city's roots in corruption. The mob may no longer rule openly, but its shadow is permanent. Las Vegas is more than a gambling capital. It is a monument to how darkness can build an empire and mask itself as paradise. Las Vegas has always been a city of contradictions. On the surface, it glitters like a jewel in the desert, offering dreams of riches, luxury, and escape. But peel back the layers, and what you find is a story written in shadows. Mobsters who built the empire, broken lives sacrificed to gambling and addiction, communities struggling under crime and poverty, and an environment strained by the weight of unsustainable excess. The city thrives on illusion, selling hope while quietly feeding on despair. What makes Las Vegas so haunting is not just the darkness itself, but how seamlessly it hides beneath the light. Tourists walk the strip dazzled by fountains and shows, rarely aware of the homelessness in tunnels beneath their feet, or the workers exhausted behind the scenes. Visitors imagine themselves winners, even as the odds remain mercilessly stacked against them. For every millionaire crowned at a blackjack table, countless others leave with empty wallets, fractured families, and heavy hearts. And yet, that paradox is exactly why Las Vegas endures. It is a city that embodies both the fantasy and the nightmare of the American dream. It promises everything, but demands more than most can give. Some see Vegas as a playground, others as a warning, but no one leaves untouched by its energy. So the question remains, is Las Vegas a paradise of possibility or a carefully engineered trap? A glittering mirage in the desert hiding a much darker truth? The answer may depend on what you seek when you arrive, but one thing is certain. Behind every light in Las Vegas, there will always be a shadow,